Hello, welcome to Kanishka IAS. Today we are going to discuss about daily current affairs. First topic, it is on genetically modified rice. It is in news because a company named Mars Wrigley carried out mass recall of several batches of M&Ms across Europe. This M&Ms is a chocolate. Generally in chocolate, one of the ingredients is rice flour, and it was alleged that this rice flour contains genetically modified contamination and that is originated in India, according to European Commission's Rapid Alert System. So, due to this allegation, the trade of India has a negative impact. But generally, genetically modified rice is not grown commercially in India. BT cotton is the only genetically modified crop that has been approved for commercial cultivation in 2002 by the government. And another crop that was given approval by GEAC is BT brinjal, and it was given approval in 2009. But due to 10 years moratorium imposed by Technical Expert Committee appointed by Supreme Court of India, no commercialization has been taken. Genetical Engineering Appraisal Committee MOFCC allowed 2 varieties of BT brinjal in 8 states during 2022-2023. These crops can be grown only after obtaining no objection certificate from states, and these varieties were Janak and BSS 793. And there is a problem of cross contamination which could dampen India's agriculture export ambitions. Annual rice exports of India constitutes 18 million tons, which costs around rupees 65,000 crore and reaches more than 75 countries. APIDA is an agriculture and Processed Food Production Export Development Authority. It is an apex body that promotes export trade of agriculture products in India, and it was under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. GEAC is a Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee, and it is a statutory body, and it was constituted under rules for manufacture, use, import, export and storage of hazardous microorganisms or genetically engineering organisms or cells, 1989. It was notified under Environment Protection Act 1986. And globally, India is the largest exporter of rice. And next topic is conflict in Yemen. Recently, UNICEF in its report mentioned that at least 10,000 children were killed or injured during the 7 years conflict in Yemen, and nearly 4 lakh children suffer from severe acute malnutrition. Malnutrition is a condition when intake of all nutrients is not taken properly in the diet, and due to this wastage, stunting, undergrowth, all these things can happen. And in India, various initiatives were taken to fight against this malnutrition, and one of the initiative is Poshan Abhiyan and Anemia Mukt Bharat. These were the initiatives. Now on 7-year-old conflict, and between whom this conflict occurs. In Yemen, conflict occurs between internationally recognized government, and this government is backed by Saudi-led military coalition, and Houthi rebels were supported by Iran. Any humanitarian crisis is worst in the world due to hunger, disease and attacks on civilians. As a UN-backed two-party peace process has stalled, and some have suggested that better representing many parties involved in conflict would yield always a better result. UNICEF is a special program of UN devoted to aiding national efforts to improve health, nutrition, education and general welfare of children, and its headquarters is located in New York City. New Quad Forum, and this forum was initiated by India, Israel, UAE and USA, and it built on ongoing cooperation between US, Israel and UAE after Abraham Accords, and the main areas of cooperation were economic growth, global issues, joint infrastructure projects, trade, climate change, energy cooperation and maritime security, and it is based on Israeli innovation, UAE funding and Indian manufacturing. UAE is important due to energy security and it mediates between India and Abraham Accord. It is an agreement between Israel and UAE and it's officially called as Abraham Accords Peace Agreement. It was initially agreed to in a joint statement by US, Israel and UAE on August 13, 2020. UAE thus became third Arab country after Egypt and Jordan in 1994 to agree to formally normalize its relationship with Israel as well as first Persian Gulf country to do so. Now Israel agreed to suspend plans for annexing parts of the West Bank. Agreement normalized what had long been informal but robust foreign relationship between the two countries. Thank you.